Puffy Masala Pooris rise before your very eyes for a magical cooking experience and an even more spectacular eating experience. It's Indian comfort food in a nutshell and a must-learn recipe if you're looking to expand your repertoire of Indian bread beyond that of roti, naan and paratha. If you can make puri that rises like a balloon in hot oil, you are a legend.
Masala Poori. So I'm finally delivering on my promise of getting you guys a foolproof puri recipe, and I've included all of my tips for making sure that the puris rise, that they're soft, that they're crispy and not oily. We don't make puri often at home, but when we do, it's a special treat and something that I really enjoy waking up to, especially on a Sunday morning when all you want to do is lie in bed and the only thing that is going to drag you out of bed is the prospect of a delicious breakfast, and puri never fails to deliver on that front because it is just so comforting and reminds me of my childhood. I have a full blog post of tips and tricks and a handy troubleshooting guide for your most commonly asked puri making questions, including why don't my puris rise, why aren't they fluffy, why are they oily, why are they soggy, why do they taste like they shouldn't, you know, like how do I make them taste like how my grandma used to make them. And I have all of those tips and tricks written up for you on the blog, so head on over to my website.
Tap the link in the description box to grab a handy recipe card. Start by placing whole wheat chapati flour, also known as atta, in a large bowl. Add in a combination of chickpea flour and coarse semolina. These will keep our puris super crispy without them feeling greasy. Next, our blend of masalas. Add asafoetida, ground turmeric, chili powder and salt. Make a well in the center of the flour mixture and add any cooking oil of your choice. I'm using rapeseed oil. Now pour in some hot water. Mix it well to form a shaggy dough, and you'll want to use a spoon until it's cool enough to handle. Using hot water instead of cold water will mean that the puris stay nice and soft. The same principle applies for any style of unleavened Indian bread. Knead the dough on a clean work surface for 8 to 10 minutes until it's smooth and springy to the touch. Place the dough in a bowl and cover it with a damp tea towel. Allow this to rest for about 30 minutes. The dough might feel a bit sticky at this stage, however, the flours need time to hydrate during the resting period, so please don't add extra flour at this stage, even if you think it needs it. Divide the dough into 25 equal portions, each about the size of a ping pong ball, or if you're a perfectionist like me, 16 grams in weight. You can apply a small amount of oil to the surface of the dough to stop it from drying out. A dry surface can lead to cracked puris, which may prevent them rising, so it's always a good idea to keep the dough covered in a light film of oil or cover it with a damp tea towel. Place a portion of the dough on a clean work surface or a rolling board. Using your fingertips, pat a portion of the dough out to about 5 centimeters in diameter. Be sure to apply even pressure. Next, use a rolling pin to roll out the dough only once from top to bottom. Carefully lift the dough and give it a quarter of a turn or 90 degrees clockwise. Roll the puri from top to bottom once more and repeat until it measures between 8 and 10 centimeters in diameter and is about 1.5 millimeters thick. This is a technique that my mother taught me and one that I've been practicing since I was about 10 years old. I found that it produces the most evenly rolled puri so that it's more likely to rise when we pop it in the hot oil. If you need to, you can grease the surface of the board with oil, but don't use flour. If you dust the dough with flour, it'll come away in the frying oil and burn, leaving little black speckles behind. I like to roll about 8 puris and set them aside to be fried together. If you have someone to help you, then one person can roll whilst the other person fries. If you're not a quick roller, then that's okay too. You can just roll a couple of the puris out at a time. In a large pan, heat enough oil to deep fry the puri. The temperature of the oil should be around 200 degrees centigrade, that's 400 degrees Fahrenheit. It needs to be very hot or the puris won't puff up. Fry the puri in small batches, taking care not to overcrowd the pan. Carefully press the surface of the puri with a perforated spoon and use it to pour oil all over the top too. This will apply heat both top and bottom and encourage the puri to rise like a balloon. Once risen, turn it over quickly so that it doesn't brown too much. Cook the other side for only a few seconds and then lift it out of the oil. Place the puri on a plate lined with paper towels. This will absorb any excess oil. Repeat this rolling and frying process for all of the puri. These masala puris are so light and flaky. Serve them hot with your favourite curry. I like them with Gujarati-Bateta Shaak, but they're also delicious with chole. Enjoy any leftovers with masala chai. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment below.